Hey guys, it's Rodimus Primal. I am back with another video, and today I have got some late night news that dropped earlier today, and it's about not one but two Transformers cartoons and the fate, possibly, of one. So, what does it say about it? Well, you may want to sit down, so sit back, relax, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and let's transform and roll out. Be sure to pre-order Transformers the Manga Volume 1 in the affiliate link below. Okay, so this first bit of Transformers news, I want to give a shout out to Jungle Penguins on Twitter. I guess he is the guy behind Telsa's Cube on YouTube. But he posted this picture, which actually comes from Ehud Landsberg, who is one of the directors for Transformers Cyberverse. And his official news is that the trailer for the third and final season of Transformers Cyberverse is finally out. Very happy and proud to have had the privilege of directing the season along with Gene Texier and Marco Cardona. And so this kind of confirms the rumor that the third season of Transformers Cyberverse is the final season of the show. It's kind of odd with the timing. The show apparently it's already airing in the UK. It has not yet aired here in the US, at least as far as to my knowledge is concerned, but it has apparently, you can watch it, like, I guess, like through other means. And I'm sure that the Transformers official YouTube page will probably post it like once a week, like every week, after it airs on Cartoon Network. So this is like it. Like it's kind of like the 3 and done curse, I think, as far as Transformers cartoons is concerned. For the most part, for a lot of cartoons, it just seems to be like they do 3 seasons and then boom, it's over. And this episode is going to have 18 episodes. They're only 10 minutes apiece. So is it 18? I believe it's 18 or 26. Something like that. But it's kind of like bittersweet. I've actually seen the first 4 episodes of the third season. But I will wait until it fully airs before I give you guys my thoughts. But from what I've seen of Transformers Cyberverse, if you've seen from my previous reviews, you guys know that I see it as a fun, like, Happy Meal version of Transformers. It's been an enjoyable show, and I really hope the best for everybody who has worked on it. But at the same time, some people didn't care for it and some people really did, so I'm glad that the cartoon came out and that a lot of people really did enjoy it for what it was. The other Transformers news has to do with the Netflix cartoon for the War for Cybertron series that is going to be airing on Netflix in June. It's going to be 6 episodes long. It's only 6 episodes. If you guys saw my live stream on Saturday night, it was a really long, like 3-hour live stream. I had talked about in detail about the trailer, about how I really, really felt for, Elita 1 and Optimus Prime having a relationship again, and at the same time, kind of like, this is not the life that I had hoped for. And that the animation is definitely a step up from, let's say the Prime Wars trilogy, which you guys already know I didn't care for. I found that series very boring, but this is with only 6 episodes. They have to like cramp everything into like one coherent story. Now they're going to be 20 minutes long, so they're not the the short episodes like Cyberverse. They're the full 20 minutes in length, but like Castlevania on Netflix, where there's only like 4 episodes in the first season and like 8 episodes the second season, this is like 6 episodes. It's like, it's not really a series. It's what we would call a mini series. It's only 1 episode more than 5 Faces of Darkness. Put that into perspective. But Frank Welker and Peter Cullen will not be reprising their roles as Optimus Prime and Megatron in this particular series, but they decided to get voice actors from some other well-known voice acting talent in some video games and some like anime and stuff like that, but also they've got some of the voice talent coming back from, like, let's say Cyberverse and the War for Cybertron games. So we are seeing some of the returning actors, specifically Jake Fushi, who is the Cyberverse Optimus Prime, is also going to be Optimus Prime in this series. If you liked him in Cyberverse, it's probably going to sound the same. I honestly hope that it, has a little bit more character to him in particular. A lot of people really liked Jason Marnocha and Frank Totoro as Starscream and Megatron in the Prime Wars trilogy, even though those shows were not that good. Specifically, Jason Marnocha was a positive when it came down to Megatron. So a lot of people are, excited about the voiced cast with, them in particular. Another notable mention is Sophia Isabella, who was Windblade in Transformers Cyberverse. You can't find there's no information about her, but she did a great job as Windblade. Whether or not you liked her character in Cyberverse, and she's going to be RC in this series. I'm not completely familiar with everybody else. I think Keith Silverstein as Jetfire, I think he was in the War for Cybertron games, and a lot of people really like Miles Luna in other stuff. It's kind of cool that he's playing both Teletran 1 and Cliffjumper. That's a good thing, because as we know, Teletran 1 and Cliffjumper were voiced by Casey Kasem, so if he can do a good Casey Kasem style, characterization for both of them, then then we'll probably see some other cool stuff at it. And we also know that Sideswipe and Skywarp are going to be appearing in the show, and I'm hoping that the show is good. Now, I've seen the trailer, of course. If you saw my live stream, I went into a lot of stuff about it, and what we know of is this particular Optimus Prime is going to be doing something. It's kind of interesting as to what he's doing with the Allspark, because it's actually my next Transformers discussion video has something that Optimus Prime does that's similar with the Allspark with another major G1 Comics event, with getting it off of Cybertron. So I'm wondering if it's something similar to that is what we're seeing here. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Yes, my next Transformers discussion video is coming very, very soon. But with the War for Cybertron cartoon, we do know that there has been a lot of, news with the toys. And what they revealed is that Netflix centered toys for War for Cybertron are getting released. It's going to be a set that if you buy all of them, you'll be able to get Teletran 1 like diorama. It'll be the first official Hasbro release of Teletran 1, and if you buy the entire set of the first wave, I don't know if they're going to do a second wave, but there is, if you buy the entire set of them, the battle damage, the Sideswipe, you'll see Megatron, which actually has better battle damage than he did before. He has Pinpointer, which belongs to Crosshairs, so if you didn't pick up Takara Legends Windblade, you can use that for him, and another Lionizer. But again, if you pick them all up, you can get Teletran 1. Now, this one, a lot of people have asked me about, is the Decepticon Mirage. It's not actually a Decepticon. John Warden himself kind of spoiled it, and he said it's Decepticon Disguise Mirage, which tells me that this is going to be one of they're actually going to pull in this cartoon. Cliffjumper doesn't trust Mirage because he wore a Decepticon badge, but in reality it's no, I've always been an Autobot, I just disguise myself. At least maybe that's what they're going to go with. I don't know how the episodes are going to go, but that is kind of what they're saying with this particular Mirage toy. I would probably name the character something else. I would make it the Decepticon Fracture or Crasher, as it was in because it's supposed to be GoBots, but that would be up to you what you do with the toy. Hound looks pretty good, pretty much the same thing, but this one in particular I'm actually excited about is Hotlink. It's probably the only one that I would want to pick up, and that is because Hotlink was one of the Seekers that attacked Wheeljack and Bumblebee in the More Than Meets the Eye pilot, and I believe that it's him who is seen in the trailer attacking Wheeljack and Bumblebee very much the same way. And what's cool about him is that he comes with 2 Battle Masters that are flamethrowers, because that's what Hot Link is that he is a Decepticon with a flamethrower. And he's got a pretty awesome looking purple color scheme. When I showed it to my wife's favorite color is purple, so this will probably be the one Seeker to definitely pick up. And of course, you got a little bit more of a battle damage Chromia. The one reason, of course, to get her, if you didn't already get Chromia from from the shelf warmer, because she was like, that was like the one Siege toy that was like on every single shelf, was like a lot of Chromias, and I kind of felt bad because Chromia is a great character, and this one looks good if you want one that's battle damaged. Personally, I like the one that the regular retail release. And they've renamed the Refractor. I believe that this is just going to be like a one and done character named Scrapeface or Scrapface, and they're just going to like go off and like kill the character off in one shot, and he's probably not going to make it out of the 6 episodes alive. That's my personal take, but it'll be pretty neat to actually have the toy of that character if you want it to represent, or maybe this is the name of the Decepticon that was sent through in Divide and Conquer. Maybe this actually gives a name. So if you haven't seen my Reflector video, you know, maybe this kind of gives a name to that particular character. You should see that video for details. And I do want to talk about some of the toys that got released for Earthrise as well. Here is the Quintesson Judge. Again, this is just amazing. The fact that they're releasing a retail release of a Quintesson. I have to get it. I absolutely have to get it. And some people are even saying they're going to army build it. And I've already talked about that they have like Fast Track and Skylinks. And here we get a clear shot of Run Amok. If you hadn't seen the live stream again, this is a nice clear shot of Run Amok. It is a new mold. It is not a remold of Wheeljack. So if you do, and I think that this is going to be the mold that they use for Sunstreaker in particular, if they do remold it. And John Warden did say that Runabout was coming. He was not supposed to say anything, I think, but he was so excited to say that Runabout was coming that he said that Runabout is coming. So you'll get both Battle Chargers. Unfortunately, they don't have the pullback gimmick, but he's a great looking toy. So is Smokescreen. Of course, Toy Hacks is probably going to have their field day with making that a 38 and giving us maybe some taillights on the toy itself. Siege Megatron, which I had already talked about in a previous video. You know, I'm on the fence about getting this one, especially the fact that I customized my Siege Megatron, and here now the Earthrise one doesn't look as good. I do like the head for the Earthrise Megatron better. So it's kind of one of those where like, hey, that would be pretty neat. And of course, there's a D16 on there. An official image of Snapdragon. Snapdragon looks great, looks fantastic, looks awesome. Definitely want to get my hands on that toy. And Double Dealer. Oh, speaking of Double Dealer, they are releasing a cassette pack that you can order for Generation Selects, and it comes with Rumble Frenzy, the blue one, right? And it comes with Wing Thing, which is a recolor of Ratbat. I have not seen the black and red cassette Frenzy to me, along with regular Ratbat on retail shelves. So if anybody has seen that, I definitely want to get my hands on that. Hint, hint, wink, wink. But Double Dealer's chest will be able to open, and you'll be able to put, one of the cassettes in him to reenact the whole idea behind him being a Power Master. So the fact that they incorporated that means that they understand that they don't have the Power Master gimmick, but they can at least incorporate some of the things in the existing toys to give us a really good Double Dealer toy, while at the same time giving us that old gimmick of the Power Master. So it doubly makes Double Dealer, pun intended, to for a toy to definitely get. If you've never heard of this character before, he is neither an Autobot nor a Decepticon. in American continuity, in the Master Force anime, he actually was working with the Decepticons, and the Eagle is his Decepticon mode, and the Autobot robot is his disguise. And of course, you guys probably saw me struggling trying to figure out whether or not Airwave was his name was Airwave Modulator. No, he is a modulator, and his name is Airwave, and he can come apart in different pieces, and he's a Decepticon. So it's another MicroMaster base for for Earthrise, which is another really cool thing because all of these platforms can be used with the MicroMaster toys. And another clear shot at Scorponok. Man, that Scorponok toy just looks awesome. The fact that he has like both headmasters is great. But of course, all this Transformers news has been really exciting. So much stuff has come out over the past 2 weeks. It's been almost overwhelming. And yes, I do have another Transformers discussion video that should come out this weekend, as well as a review for the Transformers manga Volume 1. I have those in the plan books very, very shortly, as well as next week I will be doing a showcase. I've been meaning to do it. I just need to wait for the paint to dry on one of the toys to show off all of my customs for my Siege toys, which are pretty cool. And I'll even go over how I went through doing all of that custom stuff. For those of you who like to do custom work on your toys, it'll be a pretty cool video to watch. So you can stay tuned for all of that. But I want to know what you guys think. Of course, leave your thoughts in the comments section below. Be sure to thumbs up this video and subscribe. Check out my other videos as well. And stay tuned for the videos that I've got coming down the pipeline. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and you can support the channel on Patreon or become a channel member today. And as always, guys, until next time, till all are one.